Continue to track a couple of warnings that we've got out there. First of all, the severe thunderstorm warning that was prompted by the hail that is moving up through Jackson County now, as most of it's moved out of Shawnee County. That warning goes until 6:45. And as you were mentioning about the flooding concern, especially now east of Manhattan to about Topeka, that's where the flash flood warning is in effect. It actually does not include much of the city of Topeka. Generally right along about Urish Road westward is where that flash flood warning is in effect. And we've seen a lot of rain and a lot still moving in. The rain is picking up all the way east to Wanamaker. Take a look here in just a moment at our West Topeka weather cam. As you can see, that heavy rain has made its way all the way to the 470-70 interchange, and that heavy rain moving up out of Auburn and Burlingame. Here it is. You can see there's that heavy rain coming in all the way into the western side of the city, and that once it starts, it'll be just an absolute downpour, and travel is going to be a difficult thing along I-70. Keep in mind, there's a lot of spots on this west part of town. If you've driven it through the heavy rain, you know where I'm talking about. As you come up under the underpass there, or the under the overpass at not only Wanamaker but also at 470. There's a lot of places that you get that ponding. We see that similarly farther east as well, but those areas first will start to really become problematic. Also, as you head out even farther west and you travel through the Flint Hills, whether it's I-70, whether on a K4, the amount of light has diminished considerably. Two reasons. Obviously, the sun's a little bit lower in the sky, but also the clouds are just that thick, and they're really casting a dark look to the early evening hours. And so it's going to be more and more difficult to see just how much water is on the roads. Depending on how fast this can spread east, that'll limit the flooding risk once it starts to accelerate eastward, because right now it's moving right over the same areas. You saw that from West Topeka. Here comes all of this heavy rain in over western Shawnee County all the way up toward the Holton area. But again, these storms have really been blossoming down to the south. Watch this development right here fill in entirely, and it's moving right up toward Topeka. We've been watching this for a lot of reasons. We have a lot of areas that are very prone to flooding, one of which is in the Rossville area. And in that area around Rossville, that's where we've got Caroline Sweeney. She is out in the KSNT Storm Tracker. Caroline, let us know what you've been seeing. You're checking out the Cross Creek area. It looks like you've made your way to the crossing there. What have you seen in and around the Rossville area as far as rising to that creek of any type?
Sure. Yeah, Matt, I just ran outside the Storm Tracker to take a closer look at Cross Creek. It is moving quickly. There is a lot of water coming in there, but it doesn't look like it's rising yet to the levels that we saw last summer with all of that flooding up here. We are seeing spots of small flooding when it comes to some of the standing water on the sides of the roads, however.
Okay. All right. So that's certainly good news that Cross Creek's not coming up significantly. We've also not been hearing too many reports in the city of Topeka of whether or not the Shunga Creek doesn't look like it's come up as much either. Take a look back at radar and you'll see again that heavy rain continues to fall through the region. Around Rossville, there's still a lot more coming in through Eskridge and Mission Creek, all the way down toward Bushong and Allen and Admire, down toward Emporia. All of that will continue to spread to the northeast, and we'll see a lot of rain. Let's go back and put a couple of more things in place. We've got just a couple more minutes in our broadcast. I want to wrap up with this and kind of put all of this back into perspective. Let's first of all look at the estimated amount of rainfall that has fallen in this general region. You can see western Shawnee County anywhere from, in blue is 1, this reddish area kind of getting up toward 3 inches or more. So that's been a lot of rain already. 2 to 4 inches of rain added to the 2 to 4 inches of rain that some of those areas already saw. So we're getting up to 4, 5, 6 inches of rain in some places so far since Sunday. So there's a lot of rain, and so these are tremendous amounts of rainfall over a large area and a lot of this hilly terrain over Wabunsee County. As it continues to rain heavily over eastern Wabunsee County, we'll see some flooding problems there. But also notice up to the north, we've seen over the last 12 hours, this adds in the morning rainfall. We've got a lot of areas up north that have seen a grand total of 2 to 4 inches. Obviously some time allowed for that to wind down. But we go back to the warnings and you'll see not having the flash flood warnings up north because a lot of that was earlier. We have the severe thunderstorm warning for Jackson County until 6:45. Flash flood warning for portions of Shawnee, southern Jackson, southern Pottawatomie, southeastern Riley, eastern Geary, and central and northern Wabunsee County until 8. And you notice down here Chase County going under a severe thunderstorm warning, so we'll continue to track that one as well. But right now, everything other than this one cell that is still severe, all the rest of the warnings are outside the viewing area. Again, we will continue to monitor the situation. We'll take one last look at our West Topeka weather cam. as that heavy rain is moving in, and we continue to track that kind of deteriorating condition over the city. So if you've got plans out to be in the evening hours, you need to use extreme caution traveling around the region, as we will continue to see a very heavy rainfall across portions of the area as we head through the next several hours. And it looks like that is going to be problematic, as we've been talking about. The good news is, though, you guys, we had the concern there with that wall cloud passing over the populated portions of western Shawnee County and West Topeka as well, and it looks like fared well on that one, but I'm sure they've got a lot of hail damage reports that we'll be hearing about over the next few hours.
Oh yeah, the sizes and the different pictures that we've seen coming in, I mean, it's incredible.
Yeah.
All right, thank you.